Welcome to Whiny Tutors. Today in this video we'll learn about Unit 9 Inheritance, which carries 5 to 10% of the total weightage in the APCSA exam. Let us learn about inheritance, superclass and subclass. One of the greatest properties of object-oriented programming, Java, is its inheritance. We know what inheritance is. Yes, getting inherited from something, getting something inherited from the parents. In Java, all the classes can inherit attributes or the instance variables and behaviors, that is method, from another class. The class being inherited from is called the parent class. The class that is inheriting is called the child class or subclass. Let us see how subclass extends to superclass. In order to make a subclass inherit from a superclass, we use Java keyword extends with the superclass name when creating a new subclass as shown below. Note that while a person can have two parents, a Java class can only inherit from one parent. If you leave off the extends keyword when you declare a class, then the class will inherit from the object class that is already defined in the Java. Another type of relationship between classes is the has a relationship or association. This is used when one of the object class contains a reference to one or more of another class. In the code, the course class has an array list of course period objects as an attribute inside it. Alternatively, we can also say that a course period has a course attribute inside it to hold the information about the course. It is up to the programmer to how to design these two classes depending on which type of association would be more useful for the program. Now, when you are unsure if a class should inherit from another class, keep asking yourself if you can substitute the subclass type for the superclass type. For example, if you have a book class and it has subclass of comic book. Does that make sense? Is a comic book a kind of book? Yes, a comic book is a kind of book, so inheritance makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, use association or the has a relationship instead. Please note, only use inheritance when the child class is really a type of the parent class. Otherwise, use association. Learning about inheritance and constructors. Subclasses inherit all the private instance variables in a superclass that they extend, but they cannot directly access them since they are private, and constructors are not inherited. Now, in order to initialize inherited private variables when we don't have direct access to them in the subclass. In Java, we have to call the parent constructor using as the first line in a subclass constructor. The superclass constructor can be called in Java from the first line of a subclass constructor by using the keyword super and passing appropriate parameters, like in the example super or super the name. As in the code below, the code parameters given to super are used to initialize the inherited instance variables, for example the name instance variable in the person superclass. Now, overriding the methods. A subclass inherits all public methods from its superclass, and these methods remain public in the subclass. But we also usually add more methods or instance variables to the subclass. Sometimes we want to modify the existing inherited methods, which is called the overriding methods. Overriding an inherited method means providing a public method in a subclass with the same method signature, which is method name, parameter type, list and return type as public method in the superclass. Don't get overridden a method confused with overloading a method. Don't get overriding a method confused with overloading a method. Overloading a method is when several methods have the same name but the parameter types, order or number are different. So with the overriding, the method signatures look identical but they are in different classes. But in overloading, only the method names are identical and they have different parameters. These super keywords, sometimes we want to use the subclass to do more than what a superclass method is doing. If you still want to execute the superclass method but you want also to override the method to do something else, but since you have overridden the parent method, how can we still do this? We can use a super dot method to force the parent's method to be called. Super or super arguments calls just the super constructor if put in as first line of a superclass constructor, and super method calls a superclass method and not the constructors. Now let us see what are superclass references. A superclass reference variable can hold an object of that superclass or any of its subclasses. For example, a shape reference variable can hold a rectangle or a square object. This is a type of polymorphism which will be defined in the next lesson. Notice that the opposite is not true. We cannot declare a variable of the subclass and put in superclass object. Example, a square reference cannot hold the shape object because not all shapes and squares. The code below will give an incompatible types. Shape cannot be converted to square. Error. Although you could use the typecast to get it to be a square. We can always use superclass method parameters, and another advantage of an inheritance hierarchy is that we can write methods with parameters of the superclass type and pass in subclass objects to them. Example, the print shape method below could be called with many different shapes, subclass, and work for rectangles, squares, etc. Using inheritance hierarchies, we can create arrays and array lists using the superclass type and put in values that are of the class type. This can be very useful. For example, here is a shape array and a shape array list that can hold any objects of the shape subclasses. Though the add method in array list actually has a parameter type of object, add object, but we can still use it with any subclass object. With this, we come to the end of unit number 9, inheritance. Meet you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.